For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check out g2a.com, and if you need any Ultimate Team coins, then head over to FIFA. The code CHES will get you a discount on both sites, and all links are down below. Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again, and welcome to episode number 27 of the Career Mode Road to Glory here on FIFA 15. This is a kind of an in-betweeny episode, an episode that we haven't really tended to do with any of the other career modes on FIFA 15 so far. Normally, as we go from Season 1 to Season 2, or any season to the next season, we just have a quick look at the transfer targets, go straight into the window and try and improve the squad. But in a Road to Glory where you're quite strapped for cash, there needs to be a lot more preparation that goes into picking out your transfer targets, etc., and actually preparing for the new season, especially in our situation where we've gone from League 2 to League 1. It is quite a jump. Obviously, we've proven with some of the results we've gotten in that first season that we can cope with the stresses and strains of League 1 sides, but as you can see, we've got just a couple of emails to deal with. Loan players being either their contracts expiring and returning to us, or contracts expiring and leaving us. But as you can see on your screen right now, we have won the Manager's Award for Manager of the Season. So we're delighted to have done that, to be completely honest. Best manager in League 2 this year, winning promotion with Cambridge. That is well deserved as far as I'm concerned, but still, we will end the season. The boards say that we've had an amazing season. Of course, initially they only said they wanted a mid-table finish, but we changed the expectations in the winter transfer window to fight for promotion, just to get a little bit more money out of the board. It works. They gave us the money. We were able to fight for promotion. Not only were we able to fight for it, we were able to attain it by winning the League 2 title. So obviously they're going to be delighted with that. We did go on a bit of a run in all three cup competitions, but apparently they were clearly they were perhaps disappointed with the way that we performed in the cups. I'm not. Personally, I think we did okay, and I'm quite pleased with the way that we performed in all three cup competitions. The Johnson's Paint Trophy, we got into the third round, was it, I think? In the Capital One Cup, we got to the third round, and in the FA Cup, I think we were knocked out in the second round, if memory serves correctly. I might be wrong, but we definitely got to the second or third round in all cup competitions this year, which is good for a side in League 2, coming up against teams that are in the league above us in almost every single scenario. So I think to have done what we did last year was very, very good. Clearly it was enough to get us the Manager of the Year award, but the season budget for Season 2, this, you'll have seen me moaning about this on Twitter, because I went through this process once just to see what was going on in the second season, and we had a transfer budget last year of £210,000 in League 2. We've won the league and gone on cup runs in all three other cup competitions, and they've given us a transfer budget of 180,000, which is 30 grand less in the league above, and I think actually the wage budget is smaller as well. So that puts us in a really difficult position, and that is kind of the main reason why we're having this season planning episode rather than just going straight into a transfer targets, because we don't have that much money to deal with. We have had the objective of a mid-table finish again for this second season, which should be attainable in League 1. That shouldn't be a problem. You'll be able to see from this screen here what sides... Oh no, it hasn't actually changed it. We'll have to get into the 1st of June for it to actually count and show us the new league tables, but clearly they want us to finish mid-table in League 1, and like I say, we did do quite well against League 1 opposition in the cup competitions in the first year whilst we were in League 2. So hopefully we should be able to hold our own in League 1 and at least get a mid-table finish. Obviously it would be fantastic for us to get back-to-back promotions, or at least get a playoff spot in League 1 in this second year, because of course it's a road to glory and we want to continue up the leagues. But we are bringing in a couple of extra players. Of course, we signed 2 players on pre-contracts at the January transfer window stage of the first season. Michael Woods coming in, a centre mid from Hartlepool. And then there was Downing, a centre-back from Walsall, I think it was Walsall he came in from, and he actually is going to be a very, very good player for us. We'll have a quick look at them in a second. But as you can see, the board want us to reach around 32 stage of the Cup. Again, we'll try our best in the Cup competitions, but the League is my main focus. And I won't have a look at squad reports. We'll do that on Monday. Of course, we have squad reports on Monday. So we'll have a quick look, though, at the 2 players that are new to the side. Here is Woods. So he actually could be a very good player for us, and good rotation. Decent ball control, decent short passing. His long passing is okay at 69, but 64 overall. He's definitely going to be one of our better centre mids. And as you can see, can play cam as well. 2-star weak foot, 2-star skills, so not the best in that aspect, but still a decent player. And okay pace with 68 acceleration, 71 sprint speed, decent stamina, decent strength. He could be very good for us, but the main player that I'm excited to use is this guy, Downing, the centre-back. 81 jumping on him. He's still only young. Both players are still young. And as you can see, 75 aggression, 77 interceptions. He's got high stats for a 68 rated player, including that jumping that we've mentioned. He's fast enough with a sprint speed of 67, acceleration 65, decent strength as well. And in the tackle, he's half decent as well, with 63 slide tackle, 66 stand. But considering he's so young, he is definitely going to grow. He is 6'1" and quite big built as well, 174 pounds. So not limbs. And hopefully he'll be able to be our he'll be my starting centre-back, I think. I haven't yet decided which one of the two he'll replace, whether it's Nelson or Coulson. Probably Michael Nelson, because he is starting to age, although at the same time Nelson might need regular first-team football to maintain his stats. So it's something we'll have to manage, a situation we'll have to manage throughout this year. But like I say, we have got barely any money whatsoever. So what I'm thinking of doing is exactly what we did last year. Having a look at free agents and trying to get as many people in on free transfers as we possibly can. We'll have a look quickly at the sell player screen, because I do have a few players I want to move out. These younger players, not necessarily the younger players, the lower rating players. Ryan Horn, Bobby Joe Taylor, Liam Hurst, Bevins, the striker as well, 19, only 51 rated, and Will Norris, the goalkeeper. All of those I want to leave the club. So if we're going to add these all to the transfer list, that will free up at least another, what, £4,500 transfer budget-wise? I mean, wage budget-wise. And obviously, with the money we make from them, whilst it's not a lot, could still help add to the wage budget as well. And we'll be able to bring in some either free agent players or some loan players and utilise those that we did last year. If you look at the price tags, Jenkins Chikoe is that youngster we brought in. He's already gone up 1 to 73. He's valued at 1.6 million. It's a tough situation to be in, because obviously as a lower league side, in real life, you have to sell to survive. And what I'd like to avoid doing is having that situation arise in the first place. We could sell Kwesi Appiah for around about £1.5 million, and that would obviously free up enough money to significantly improve the squad. But on the flip side of that, Kwesi Appiah is our best player. He was our top goal scorer last year, easily the best striker of the club, and could quite possibly be the sole reason, his goals could be the sole reason why we either stay up in League One or do significantly well in League One again. So I'm not sure what to do there. I don't think I want to sell Kwesi Appiah, to be completely honest, because he does have potential to get into the low 70s, so we'll probably hold into him. It's Tom Elliott that I'm unsure about. Again, another player that did very well for us, and these goals were crucial in that first season. I'm torn. I don't know whether to sell to try and survive, or whether we should just raid the free agents and see what we could do. Obviously, there will be a lot of free agents. If I search for minimum age, we don't really want to sign anyone that's too old, because obviously we're going to want them to be at the club for a while. So let's set it to 28 years of age. There are plenty of free agents, as you can see here. The cursor on the right hand side is tiny, and there are just look at all of these players. I'm going to have to go through every single one of these and try and pick out the best ones to have a look at and scout for the transfer targets video, which will of course come tomorrow. And we'll have a look at players that are on the loan list as well, and perhaps I'll scout some of those. So let's back out of here if we can, and then have a look at loan listed players aged 16 to 28. And again, you can see the cursor is tiny, and all of these players are available for loan. And again, it's going to be a case of me spending 2 or 3 hours sifting through all of these players and having a look at each of them individually, scouting some, maybe inquiring for some, to see what sort of wages we're going to have to offer some of these players. Should they come in on loan, or with the free agents, should they come in full stop? And then I'll probably do all of that up until this Forest game, and then obviously what you'll be seeing this on Saturday, so this will be the preparation for Season 2 on Saturday. Then tomorrow I'll have a transfer targets video where I'll have gone through all of the free agents and all of the loan listed players off camera, and put together a list of those that I think will be right for the club in the situation we find ourselves in right now, and you'll have to leave me your feedback in the comment section with regards selling to survive or selling to buy. It's something I'd like to avoid if we possibly can. Hopefully the youngsters that go out and those lower rated players that can go out can be replaced, and with at least talents that are slightly better, if not a lot better, for minimal wages. And we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be a tough pre-season, and it's going to be an interesting transfer window because there's a lot of work to be done. We don't have a lot of money to do it with. I think I might advance 2 or 3 weeks before we do the transfer targets video for tomorrow, whilst looking at all of the free agent and loan players, just to get a better idea of who is going to be more suited to us, so I can get a bit more scout feedback to find out more individual stats rather than it being a little bit vague. And I may even go all the way to the Forest game for tomorrow's transfer targets, and then Monday we'll jump straight into pre-season with the game against Forest and some transfer dealings. But it's going to be a very busy month of August, as it was last year, with games in all cup competitions, or into the Johnson's Paint Trophy. No, it's Capital One Cup. We're not involved in the Johnson's Paint, are we not? Or maybe that draw's just not been made yet. But I would presume this date on the 25th we'll have a Johnson's Paint Trophy game put in there as well. And of course you've got all of these games in League One. We start with a game away from home against Barnsley, a side that we beat last year in the Cup. So definitely we know we can do well there. Newport County, the league below us, so we know we can beat them. And then it's a case of taking on the bigger sides in the division, like Bradford, like Oldham and Colchester, etc. Gillingham are a side that have been yo-yoing the past few years. We'll have a quick look at the league table then to see what we'll be up against this year. Of course, teams like Birmingham City have come down from the Championship above and will be an incredible test for us, because they're clearly going to be one of the better sides in the division. Burton came up with us there in 5th, and the other side that came up with us last year currently sit bottom, but of course it's only on alphabetical order. So York City came up with us via the playoffs. Yeovil, Walsall, Shrewsbury came up with us as well, of course. They came second by 2 points behind us. We won the league, Shrewsbury came second, Burton third, and then York through the playoffs. The sides to look out for promotion-wise are definitely going to be Birmingham City. Peterborough are always up there. We're going to have 2 massive derby games against Borough in this season, so I'm really looking forward to that. Preston are always there and thereabouts in this division as well since they got relegated down. Expect decent seasons from MK Dons and Rotherham. Potentially Scunthorpe, although I'm not really too sure what to expect from them. And Coventry will obviously be there or thereabouts as well. Both Sheffield clubs are now in the Championship, so they will be avoided, thankfully. But it is going to be a tough league season, a very tough league season. We will do our absolute best. Hopefully you guys will stay along for the ride. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. This has just been a little preparation episode. Hopefully by the time we get to the transfer targets video tomorrow, we'll be a little bit more clear as to what we're going to bring in and what we're going to let go. And then, of course, hopefully we'll be able to move on some of those youngsters as well and free up some extra funds. But all of that will be in the next 2 episodes. So that is going to bring today's to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Like I say, drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already. There was a My Player episode that went up earlier on today with a transfer vote in it, so definitely check that video out if you missed it. I'm not sure as of yet whether I'm going to be recording, or rather streaming tonight over on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter if you don't already, and on Twitch, so that you'll know exactly what's happening with regards to that. But probably going to be streaming at some point over this weekend, so definitely follow me over on those 2 social platforms, Twitch and Twitter, and feel free to follow me on Instagram and Facebook as well. All links to all 4 will be in the description down below. But for now, I'm going to bring this one to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Let me know in the comment section who or how you think we're going to get on in League One this year, and what to do with the whole sell to buy idea. It's something we're trying to avoid, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. But that will end now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.